and welcome back to the Western Wilds. We've moved forward 3 months to August, and our 2 arable fields are ready to harvest. First, we need to restart the maple syrup production by supplying some water and restart the pancake production with some milk. Let's get farming. So after a quiet couple of months around here on the Western Wilds, suddenly everything is coming together very quickly. As I said, we've got both of our arable fields to harvest today, so we're going to be getting on with that. We've got our productions to keep going, which is why I've headed up here with my truck. In fact, on our way through, I'm going to pick up a water trailer. So the one I'm going to go with is the Joskin Aquatrans here. It's a little... Hang on, what's the connector on? Oh, actually, the connector on this would be better for our truck. It's slightly less expensive. Yeah, this will do us, and it'll do us a couple of runs. So I'm going to go with the chrome setup. It is just a water trailer. And yeah, we don't need the license plate on here. So let's buy that. No, actually, I don't need color on my rims. Let's just go 8,000. Now we have a little bit of money in the bank because we have sold the grass silage that we made last time. I have held on to some of it because we do need to feed the cows. And at some point today, we're going to have to come up here and get a few hay bales to come and do that with. But in general, it's all good. Need to back this up a little further. There we go. And yeah, we should be able to get the cows producing a load of milk. We're about to have some calf spawn as well, which is great news. I'm very happy with that. And getting this water trailer on here should mean that we have a really fast way of getting up here and getting water. And of course, this doesn't take milk. We do still have our little milk trailer for that. Now, on top of the other jobs that I've already mentioned today, we also have the grass ready to cut again, because of course it's been 3 months. The grass has fully regrown. Rolling it last time actually got us to a full stage of fertilization. So I'm gonna be setting off the MB track doing that job today. We'll send that going around with Courseplay. We'll get all of that done with Courseplay, so we have another round of the silage going through, make us another 30,000. And the idea is that this actually will be our penultimate episode on this map. We are going to make as much money as we can today, with the idea being that next time we're going to make a load of improvements to the farm, including setting up our house, so that we are fully established on here. And I'm really looking forward to that. I think we're going to have a lot of improvements and a lot of setup to do here that will turn this survival farm into a fully fledged working operation. As if we're not there already. I mean, we have quite a good operation running here. Let's tip this out. And this should now mean that we can create a whole load of maple syrup for our pancakes. So we can turn that production on. I don't think we are... Yeah, we're not massively out of maple syrup. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to set this to distributing. I'm going to set it to storing this time. And we will just produce it. So let's activate that. And what we need to get our pancakes going again is the milk. So out here, we will drop off this trailer somewhere where it is not in the way. So just back here a bit. Perfect, because this is only used for the water for here. And then I'm going to go and hook up the milk trailer, and we'll bring a load of milk over as well. So back this up to here. Should be in the right place. Oh no, a little bit further. Not great at working how close I am to things on here. That's got it. Hook that up. Refill that. We've got 2,000 liters of milk. That is going to be enough to make a lot of pancakes. In fact, I think the rest of the flour that we've got can probably go in here now to help make pancakes. So that is absolutely fantastic news. Let's unload the milk and we can get the pancakes started. There we are. We now have 625 liters of flour. We've got 604 liters of butter. And we've got 2,000 liters of milk, which is the thing we need the most of. We've got plenty of eggs and plenty of maple syrup. So I'm going to activate that. And yeah, we'll just get the David Brown quickly and go and put another 1,000 liters of flour into here, because that will get this running and hopefully we'll produce a whole load of maple syrup pancakes. So we'll come in here, grab ourselves a pallet of flour. Extra 1,000 liters into there. Should give us just under 2,000 liters, and we know we're using less flour than we are using milk, so that will go in there quite nicely. I think we're going to have to feed the cows at some point. We definitely need to feed the chickens today, but that will come when we actually get our first trailer of wheat. So we need to turn this round and get this trailer sorted. We'll connect that up and we'll go and drop the forks back off. I'll drop the forks over here, actually. Will work out well for us. So drop them there, and then we'll add the sides back onto this trailer so that we can start getting the combine going. Before I get the combine going, though, I want to start the MB track on the grass. We need to get that going because we know how long that takes. Right, let's get away from the straps. There we go. Agricultural trailer. Customize that. We're going to take it to its extension height. So like that. Customize that. Yes. Okay. Reconnect it up to our tractor, and then that is all ready to go, and we can start the combine in a moment. First, let's hook this up to the mower and get this going on the two fields. We know this should do a fairly good job. We had a test last time basically as how well Courseplay can cut all of our grass on the farm. It's one of those things where, yeah, harvest is the busiest time, especially if this comes up at the same time. So we want to, ideally, I would want to have harvest happening in July. I'm slightly surprised that it didn't. So, yeah, this is not ideal to have all this happening at once. It's not awful, and I'm not massively unhappy about it. It is just trying to squeeze everything in at the same time is going to be a lot of fun. Let's set a course, and as before, CP2 is where we're going. We want to go counterclockwise around this field, and otherwise everything's good. So generate me a fieldwork course, and we want to start work on the headlands. There we go. So starting up here, unfold the mower, and as that comes out, I'll move it into position. We want to make sure the offset is right, which it most definitely is not at the moment. So once it's fully come out, yeah, you can see that is massively in the wrong place. Move that across to 2 meters should do it. Right, first waypoint, and away it goes. And it should just start cutting from the corner here, and off we go. Perfect. And that means we can start this up and get this going. So it's been a year since we've had our combine out. I do really like this Massey. It's a cracking combine. It did us really well last year. Got through the fields really quickly, which is why I'm not concerned at all as to whether we'll actually make it the whole way round these fields. I'm even starting at sort of 9:25. We should have plenty of time to go through. So start her up, start it up, and into the crop, and I'm hoping that we are putting a swath down. If we're chopping, we'll turn that off and start putting it down some straw so that we can put that straight into our BGA and make even more money off this field. And the last row of my second headland, and we're up to 78% full, so nearly 80% full. I think we're going to get a little way into the third headland before we have to empty for the first time, which is not too bad. We're getting around about 13.5 to 14 tons a hectare here, which is a pretty good yield as well. I know that we've got 100% yield bonus on this field, so this is really good. I'm very happy with how this wheat is performing. Yeah, we're up to 87%, so won't be long now until we empty for the first time. And we made it about 2/3 of the way, sorry, about 1/3 of the way around the field before we needed to empty for our first time. We have a decent amount off here. We should get at least a full trailer load, maybe a trailer load and a bit. Let's switch to the back and unload. Yep, that's going very nicely. So yeah, we're going to get a nice amount off here. We'll give a load to the chickens first off of this wheat because it's cheaper to give the chickens wheat than it is sorghum, and we will we'll go from there. We will turn all of this into flour. Flour is really well paying, even outside of doing pancakes with it. So I'm happy to go and make a load of flour and sell that next time. It really is going to be a big sell-off next video. I think we're gonna sell off a lot of stuff and try and make a lot of money. With my headlands finished, we are going to go and cut into the middle here now. This is the one where I need to keep straight. If I can keep this nice and straight, then that's going to make the rest of this field really easy to finish off. Thankfully, 90 degrees is the angle I want to be here, and we've got a decent amount of space left in the combine. So, and you know what? I'm quite happy with that. That's a good cut-in. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought we were going to get a lot more wheat off here than we got the oats last year. But we are only coming up to sort of 90% of our second tank of this combine, and we've not got a lot of field left. I do know that the trailer isn't going to hold all of this, so we will have some left over in the combine. Our trailer is not quite 2 full loads off the combine, so there is that. But even so, I was expecting to have much more off here. It's going to be really interesting doing these 2 fields back to back, seeing exactly how much we get off the sorghum at the same time, because yeah, I'm not expecting to get really much more than this off the sorghum, but we know sorghum pays so much higher. So as our combine is full again, we will empty out. Let's get that in the right place, and yeah, we're 66% full, so we're going to get another 1/3 out of this, so about half of the combine, I think. Let's empty that out like that. And yeah, this should fill up our trailer. What I'll do is I'll finish off the field, I'll go and empty the trailer, and then we'll fill it up and empty it again, and then get started on the sorghum, because at the moment we're making really good time. It's only just gone 11 in the morning, and we've nearly finished this field. So I'm not worried about how long this harvest is going to take us. It's more concerning about how long that grass is going to take. But we've got a lot of stuff to do around the yard in the meantime. So, yeah, we'll just let the MB track keep working away. So with our first 10,000 litres of wheat, what we want to do is give the chickens some feed. They have run out and therefore are in very much need of it. They've been producing eggs well, so I'm quite happy with how they're going. And we don't need the eggs, really. Come on. Back to here. Interesting that it's not telling me I can tip. There we go. Found the spot. So we'll just tip a load of wheat into here. See how much they take. That's quite a lot they're taking. In fact, are they going to take all of my wheat? I think they are. I'm definitely not going to put more than a trailer in here. In fact, yeah, 1,000 litres left. So they took 9,000 litres of wheat. That is going to keep them going for a very long while. And I'm not too worried about things like that. Yes, we want to make as much money as we can in our last visit. But I want to make sure that my chickens are fed. I want to make sure my cows are all fed. And that this is still an ongoing concern. This farm is still something that would run beyond our final video. So we're not going to be selling anything off. We're just going to be selling whatever products we have, and then seeing what we can buy with that. So I want to do up the house. I want to do a couple of other bits and pieces, and we will go from there. And so our second trailer of wheat. So we had about 4,479 litres left in the combine. The second trailer then is all going to go straight into here. We'll tip this up and get this started. So while the trailer is emptying, we want to go up to our grain mill, activate the wheat, because, yeah, all of that is in there. And then this could go back up to the field and we'll get the sorghum cut. Now this is interesting. We are getting 14 tons an acre for the sorghum, which amazes me. This is producing, well, this has got the same yield as the wheat does and sells for a huge amount more. In fact, I'm amazed that this is coming out at the same amount. That's a little bit crazy. So we're expecting about the same off here. So that would be 14,000 litres is what we'll expect at this 14 tons an acre, or 13.5 to 14 tons an acre. So we'll see if that pans out. But I am flabbergasted that we are getting the same yield off this field here as we were getting off the wheat. And there we are, almost an identical position. We're just shy of the end of this row, so we've made it a little bit further along. But that is definitely a very similar yield between these two fields. I mean, that's enough margin of error for this to be very, very similar. I am flabbergasted by that. I do want to check the prices because I think I might have misjudged the sorghum. I think the sorghum isn't quite worth as much money as I think it is. And as a result, that's what's causing this. So let's unload that. And in the meantime, I want to have a look at the general prices of sorghum, which is 600. Wow, the train yard's paying a lot for it at the moment. But yeah, so 629 versus the wheat, which is, yeah, only 100,000 less. So you take straw into account, and actually, I'm not surprised anymore that we've got a very similar level of yield, because you're going to make about the same money off both of these fields with that kind of setup. So yeah, that makes sense. I thought the sorghum was worth a lot more money than it is, and as a result, I've misjudged how much we'd actually get from it. That seems pretty even in the grand scheme of things. Again, having finished the headlands, I'm going to try and go straight down the middle of this field. To me, that looks to be about there. We want to be at 90 degrees and open things up like that. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty even. I think we will be okay with this. I wonder if we can get it so that the last bit lines up as well as it did with the wheat. It's going to be interesting to see where we end up. There should be enough to fill the trailer now. So I'm going to come back on the next row, empty out. We'll get the auger out and get that done. The MB track seems to be coming near the end of the grass, which is good news. We want to get that onto the second field. But if we park this here quickly and just bring this around, this will allow us to get this filled up. And over like so. And then there should be enough space in the combine to get the rest of the field done. We know we're going to get 10,000 litres into this trailer. So knowing that, we can then see how much extra we've got. Looks like the MB track as well is getting fairly low on fuel. So that's fine. We can get that turned around as well. This is all good. I'm pleased with our yields. Seems to be fairly good, and we've not got a huge amount of field to go today. In fact, yeah, it's coming up to 1 o'clock, and I reckon we got maybe 4 more rows to do, or at least it would be 4 more rows to do if I'd actually positioned myself in the right place in the middle of the field. We've got a very thin strip on this side that needs cutting. And we've got a very thin strip on the other side that needs cutting too. So, yeah, we haven't quite positioned in the middle of the field correctly. So we're going to have a little bit of work to get back into position. And, well, to get back, it's going to cost 1 more row than originally planned. A pity, but it's not the end of the world. And we're just coming up, or just past 2,500 litres in the combine. We might hit that 4,000 litre target. And there we go. We're going to hit 3,337 litres, 49% full. Very, very interesting that. Yeah. That has surprised me. It's a very similar yield off both fields within sort of 700 litres. So let's actually get this back to the farm. We'll empty this back at the farm, and then I will bring the David Brown back, and we can deal with all of that there. But that has been a very successful harvest. And just as I'm bringing the David Brown back, the MB track has finished as well, so we'll bring that back to the yard as well, refuel that, and then we can send that out on its second field. I'm gonna need the MB track actually to feed the cows, so what we'll do is maybe go and get those fields windrowed up with this in the meantime. And, well, I don't know actually. No, I think we'll go and get them windrowed up. I was originally going to go and do the collection with Courseplay, and therefore I needed to get the windrowing going. But to be honest, we can probably run all of that ourselves later on. I need to tip this first, so while that's tipping, we'll bring this back. Oh yeah, that is properly in need of a refuel. So clear that one off, and we'll head back to the farm and hopefully have enough fuel to actually make it and get it refueled. Yeah, we've made it, thankfully. So we'll get the fuel into this, get this all turned around, refill this, and then we've got our second field to get this to cut. So I'm going to go and set that up, and we can then get our combine away, and I might be able to do the feed for the cows with just the David Brown. We'll see if it works. If not, we'll have to bring this back in and do it that way. I've emptied out the combine and we're just going to reverse it back into its parking spot over here. Now that that is finished with, so down with that, turn off everything, and off goes the combine itself, all right up against there. And then we can come over to our windmill and get the flour creating from here. So into here. Surprised we don't have any flour in here. I'm wondering if this is distributing. Yes, this is. So I want to change the output mode to storing because I have a feeling we have more than enough flour in here now. Not as much as I thought we might. So that's actually not too bad. We are now making pancakes with maple syrup quite nicely. We have our maple syrup production going pretty well. And we now want to be making sorghum flour as well. So we'll activate that. And yeah, we will then start producing a whole load of flour. So my next job is going to be to feed the cows. We have a nice little bit of these silage left over. I've stored a little bit of that. So we'll customize this. What we don't have to go with it is any hay. So I've got an entire trailer full of silage here that we'll tip on the ground. We'll use our silage forks to do. But I'm going to go up to the shop, actually with those same silage forks, and just grab a few hay bales. We've got the money to do that. I think we'll grab 6, bring them back here, and that should be more than enough to feed the cows. Entire silage bale, an entire hay bale, plus a full fork of silage should easily be enough to fill our little feeding wagon. So let's head up to the shop. Let's go and grab that. I'll grab those 6 bales, head back here, and we can get the cows fed while the grass is still being cut. My hope is that a single hay bale with the rest silage should work. So let's get 6 of these. 5, 6. Okay, buy that. Yes. Okay. There we go. That's working. That'll do. I only need to get them off here one at a time. So that will get them back to the farm. Let's hook this up, head back to the farm, and start making some mixed rations. Okay, so we want to get the ingredients sitting here fairly easily for us to access. We'll leave this trailer here. And then I need to go and grab the forage wagon. We have a lot of forage here. Whatever I don't use here, I'm going to put into the BGA. So we will bring this out. And then I'm just going to tip a pile over this way here. We'll tip it on the ground. It should be absolutely fine. Yeah, just over here. Put a nice pile. We might not tip it all, because I doubt we're going to need more than half of this trailer. That's going along nicely. Oh yeah, not a huge amount. That'll do. Hook that all up. We've got no electrical systems on this, of course. So same problem as we normally have. Grab us a bale. So this has a total of 4,500 liters. Oh, wow. Really? That's full off that. And it looks like I've got too many bales. Looks like I did not need 6 bales. So 1,700 off here of silage to put in. followed by... Is that going in? I think that's going in. Yeah. Followed by whatever comes off a bale and see if that works. We may find that even this is not going to give us forage. Let's see what we got. Will give us forage. Will it give us TMR? TMR. Fantastic. We have overspent on the hay bales. Not that that's a bad thing. This one should be enough to fill the cows up. I don't think they need any more feed than this. There we go. All of that's gone in. And yeah, the cows are just shy of being full. They've got a little bit of hay, a lot of TMR, and looking very good. So hay is 80%. So I think it's only a small difference it makes to how much milk is produced. So we'll empty out the rest of this silage into the BGA, seeing as we don't need it. I can't believe we've still got 4 hay bales left. I only needed to buy 2 to feed the cows completely. So let's turn that on, get that down, and start collecting this up. Wow, that David Brown is going around this field really fast. David Brown has finished rowing the first field. We'll set it up on the second. This time I'm going to reduce the number of headlands and generate me a course. And yep, again, in a great position. So we'll just back it off, bring it into the field there, and away it goes on the second. We seem to be getting a better yield off here. We're already 2 full trailers in, and I'm only on the second headland, and I haven't even completed that. We're just doing so well off these fields. It's going to be an absolutely brilliant amount of money off these 2. So we're going to get this all collected up and get this all processed. That will give us a good amount of money. We're going to have to keep an eye on the windmills as well. Get that giving us a good load of money as well. Keep the pancake production going, and hopefully next time we should have everything produced ready for our final wrap up, and just see where we're going to leave the farm. We want to leave it with some good improvements and some good setups. For now, it's getting to 5:30 in the evening. I will finish off these 2 fields off camera and get them into our silo and BGA, which means that all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.